I joined Twitter in 2008 because people were going on and on about it to me. But I think, I mean, I talk about this in the book, I think there's a very definite way that people join Twitter. I think you go and you're really annoyed that everyone's going on about it. So in the end, you go and you have a look and you join and you open your account, and then it's just a bit too difficult. And you put your first tweets up and then no one replies, and then you storm off into cyberspace in a huff. And then you kind of sulk for a bit. And then eventually you come back, and then I think there's a very definite tipping point between not getting it and being angry about it. And then once the penny drops, I think that's when you can never leave. You're suddenly like monitoring the universe in real time. And it's like this immense feeling of power, like you've done all these amazing things. You've not been out the house. You know what I mean? This is it, you're like, you've not got dressed. Like, I'm married to a guy called John. I think that John is, I spend a lot of time on Twitter, and I think that when, or on social networks, I think that when I'm happy and it's bringing joy to my life, he's dead happy about it. And he's like, you know, if that's making me happy, as long as I'm not a total dick about it, you know what I mean? It's like he's happy with that. But what he says is, you know, it's like on those days where you're not rolling with the punches, where someone says something horrible to you, or insulted you, or dragged you into a fight, or implicated you in something, and your defences aren't there, then it's him that's picking up the pieces. It's like, sometimes it's like, you know, because he does talk to me like a child and go, why don't we just pull the Wi-Fi out the wall for like, till tomorrow morning, say. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't happen though, does it?
No, well, we do. I mean, I talk about this at the end of the book. You pull it out the wall, and then the first hour, I think your brain's in spasm. Because you're kind of going, oh, what's the point in having a thought if I can't? You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, when I kind of went onto Twitter, I felt as if like suddenly it was like just all these women, and we were just all talking about, you know, about current affairs and about the Daily Mail sidebar of shame. That gets a lot of talking about every day. Every day we talk about that, and you know, and then what happened right away was that, like, literally every TV company in the land went, oh, Grace Dent, could you come down and have like a drink with us? And we'd like, and what we'd like to do is, we'd like to harness Twitter and put it on a TV show. And they all said that, and I was kind of thinking, how are you going to do that then? Because like, the women that go on are just normal looking women. And although it's okay to have like 6 men in a row on BBC One that look like potatoes, right? Sorry.
I'm afraid it's just something we're afflicted with.
But do you know what I mean? It's like potatoes in jumpers, and you're like, and that's okay, but like before you're a woman and you get onto anything like that, you've got to jump through so many hoops of like, you know, it's like they're not going. Do you see what I mean?
No.
A girl the other day went, you ramble on and on and on and talk, make your husband a proper meal.
And all in 140 characters?
It was like that, it was about that. So that's the message that comes to me. So I looked at it and I just kind of like, I just went back and went, well, you're 18, so I'll forgive you for that. Like that. And then she came back and she went, oh, I'm 19 actually. And I said, oh, I thought you were the same age as me. Just from a photo, right? I went, looking at your photo, I thought you were the same age as me. And I thought, oh, that'll go. And then she went, she said something like, what, because I'm in a pub? And I said, no, because you need a better under eye cream. And I just like, but this is it, then you send it. And then she can see her going to her friends, like that, and then you just feel terrible. It's like suddenly you feel terrible, and suddenly you know that person will retweet it everywhere, and then they'll delete what they've said, and then they'll go, oh, Grace Dent is just shouting horrible stuff at like a teenager for nothing. But you think that really wounded me. That like make a proper meal for your husband. You know, like it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like eating bran flakes in front of my computer. You know, it's like. Do you see what I'm saying?
You can barely make a proper meal for yourself.
It was because I'd said in the weekend that often the internet will take over my whole life, and then like, you know, when my husband gets back, you know, you kind of open the fridge and go, oh, we've got spinach. Do you know what I mean? You haven't like, and yeah. But then you get a lot of younger girls now that are really angry about the idea of feminism. Not angry pro-feminism, anti-feminism.
Thanks again. I'm Paul McInnes and this is Grace Dent.